Good day everyone, I am Lois Flores and I'm from BSED English 1B and I'll be presenting my assigned report entitled Language and Society and Language versus Dialect. So let's get started. So first of all, let's read the learning objectives. So the first one is to examine the distinction between language and dialect, clarifying their definitions and characteristics. So, the second one is to explore how dialects function as variation within a broader language, highlighting differences in grammar, pronunciation, and vocabulary. And the last one is to learn what are the differences between language and dialect. So, the question is, what is language? So, language, a system of conventional spoken, manual, sign, or written symbols by means of which human beings, as members of a social group and participants in its culture, express themselves of symbols and meanings governed by grammatical rules. So let me explain what it's all about. So, language is a system of communication that uses spoken words, written symbols, or hand signs. It allows people to express thoughts, emotions, and ideas within a social cultural group. Language follows specific rules or grammar that help organize words and meanings so that communication is clear and understandable. It is a shared system where people agree on the meanings of words and how to use them, making it essential for human interaction and connection. These are the two aspects of language. The first one is spoken, and the second one is written. For more information, language is a communication system that involves using words and systematic rules to organize those words to transmit information from one individual to another. Dialect. So what is a dialect? A dialect is sometimes viewed as a substitute type of a particular language. It is broadly defined as a version of a language spoken in a particular geographical area by a particular group of people. A dialect. A dialect is a variation of a language spoken by a specific group or in a certain region. It shares the main structure of the language but differs in pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar. Dialects evolve over time due to cultural and geographical influences. Dialects often differ from the standardized version of the language. One example of this relationship are Cantonese and Mandarin, which are considered dialects of a broader language, which is the Chinese. Dialects differ from the standard form of a language, but still belong to the same language family. For example, Cantonese and Mandarin are both dialects of Chinese, each with unique pronunciation and vocabulary while sharing a common origin. A variety of language spoken by a group of people that is characterized by systematic features, for example, is the phonological, lexical, grammatical, that distinguish it from other varieties of that same language. A variety of language spoken by a group of people is a version that has unique features like pronunciation, vocabulary, or grammar, setting it apart from other versions of the same language. If the broader language is the parent, then the dialect is the child. Dialects are social or the regional variations of a language that are distinguished by grammar, pronunciation, and/or vocabulary. Language versus dialect. The differences between language and dialect. Languages are broader and dialects are smaller and more specific and often regional. Languages are broader and cover a wide range of regions, while dialects are smaller, more specific, and often tied to particular regions or groups. Languages are thought as more formal and clearly defined, whereas dialects can be looser and more fluid in use. Languages are more formal and structured, while dialects are less strict and can vary more in how they're used. These are the some differences between language and dialect. A language is bigger than a dialect. More people speak language. Dialects have mutual intelligibility. Language do not. Dialects are regional, and dialects are subsets of language. A language is a bigger and used by more people than a dialect. Dialects are smaller variations of language, and people who speak different dialects of the same language can actually understand each other. However, the two people speak different languages. They may not understand each other. Dialects are often linked to a certain region or groups of people and are just a part of a larger language. So, did you all understand the language versus dialect? And that's all for my report. Thank you for listening and for watching.